All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I do apologize for being late on today, but I am here. We are here on tonight. I shut the volume of the song off because it was skipping. It wasn't doing. It wasn't acting right. It does that with StreamYard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just upload it to this channel, and you all can will be able to see the video as well as hear the song. The song is one that I created some time ago called Shining Star. It's called Shining Star, and I thought that it would be befitting to add it to this video. Um, this pre-live video is being done because I God has dropped in my spirit to actually to remember and honor and celebrate a lot of my favorite singers, both in the secular world as well in the gospel world. And today, uh, I decided the first one that I chose to do is the Queen herself, the legendary. I call her our Queen of the Night, the one who created one of these days, the greatest love of all. How will I know? It hurts so bad. Heartbreak Hotel, I'll run to you, Miss Whitney Houston. So this live is going to be a pre-show before my premiere begins at 7:15, I believe it is. Uh, I'm going to take a break, probably take 2 30-minute breaks, and then we'll be back. And I'm going to bring up my guests so we can have a conversation. We'll be back shortly. All right, before we fully get started, I need to know if you all can hear me. If you all can hear me clearly on tonight. If you can hear me, can you put a one in the chat? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Yeah. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. If you all can hear me clearly. Okay, I'm just going to assume that you all can hear me clearly because I haven't seen any movement in the chat. Okay, there's a one. All right then. Let's get ready and get started. Tonight I have with me a guest who's not a stranger to the. Before I do that, welcome. This is the Eagles Nest Podcast. Yes, it's the Eagles Nest Podcast, and I am your host, Minister A. Williams, aka Eagle Soaring High. And I'm going to encourage you to hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. Hit the like button as you come in or go out. And if you will, like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagles on High Channel 1, Eagles on High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. All right. Now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, my guest is not a stranger to the nest. She is definitely not a stranger to the house. And not I believe that this person has had some encounter or had encountered Miss Whitney Houston. So I want to know the thoughts, her thoughts on Whitney, as well as other conversation. Or if you will, take the time to put in the comment section your favorite Whitney Houston song. Drop it in the comment section. All right, we're gonna get ready and get started. So, will you welcome back to the show the legendary Lady Sparkle?
Hello,
How are
everybody. How y'all doing? I am here. This might get emotional tonight. I'm not sure. I try to hold it together, but like I said, I would only do this most likely with Eagles soaring high because of his, relationship with the Most High. Whoever you may deem that to be. And like
absolutely?
I said, I believe the Most High is a woman. That's just my opinion, my thoughts.
Yeah,
And I will say this, and I do need to switch my phone, but because I need to send this somewhere else. But I'll do it in a minute. But like I said, your relationship, your anointing, your covering with God is what makes us, one of the things that makes us so kin and close together, kismet, as in with Whitney.
absolutely.
People have said a lot about her, oh, speculated drugs, this, that, and the
Yeah,
third, and that's not necessarily true. um, and I know that personally because, like I said, I knew Whitney on a deeper level. And I'm going to get into that later. I just wanted to, no, in a little while, but I just wanted to thank you for your greatness, for your friendship, for your anointing. Your
yeah,
brother, your covering and your anointing, with God and you're being whole and knowing whose you are and who you are, as well as
yeah,
me, as well as Whitney and a few others. People know who they are. And some of these people are just living in darkness, and they're gonna stay in darkness because they hate the light. They'll try to come and act like, oh, I love, I'm about the light, and I'm trying to see what it is about you and what it is with you, me, you, and anybody else that's has that longing for God and that longing for the Most High. People will do that. So you got to be very careful with discernment. That's where your
yeah,
discernment comes in. But
yes,
and that's what I loved about Whitney. And like I said, this wasn't Erder. I'll say it once, I'll say it again, and I'll say it 34 more times in front of any judge, Supreme Court, and anything else, because it was a Erder. It was a ritual, water ritual done, and then it was a herder because they have to take in that circumstance they have to take people out, and they feel like, okay, you've been here for a while, you know what it is, you got used to, we can't use you anymore like we want to, so now you got to go. That's why I warn people trying to run, other content creators trying to make it big, trying to do this and that. You need to know what you're getting into. you know
absolutely.
you need to
Before
know
we
what you're getting
get
into. But huh? Oh,
before we get that deep into the conversation, because I'm very interested. because I was listening to your live the morning, and you played a clip, and that was very disturbing to me. But before we get into that, I want to know your thoughts on Whitney. Um, how did you meet Whitney? How did you encounter her?
Okay, so the first question, my thoughts on Whitney. Whitney is a jewel. She's a one of a kind Leo, like me, lioness, and she basically was a no nonsense person like me, and like I'm
Yes.
always going to be. I'm just going to tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. And I've learned over the years, as she has learned to mature and try not to be so direct and so blunt. But I love her realness. She was a down to earth angel. She's gonna tell you what she feels, tells you how she feels with
Mhm.
no apology. And like I said, I think people need to start doing that more because whether it hurts or not, people can know where you're coming from. And you can have a conversation about it. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but this is what I feel, and this, that, and the third. But
So,
people are they've chopped on Whitney, chopped on Whitney, chopped on Whitney, and I know you guys have known the Wendy Williams famous interview from 2003 where she let her quote unquote her have it,
oh yeah,
and that's just who she was because certain people are just not to be messed with or to be played with, and the industry knows that. Certain people are not to be messed with and to be played with, and they don't know
absolutely.
how to take it. Some people don't know how to take it. They have very thin skin, and they can say what they want to you, but you can't say what you want to them. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that even the playing field. Now, how I met Whitney is through my first husband, Roosevelt. I call him Double R. He works for Sony Jive, and
Oh,
he's worked with him. I mean, excuse me, he's worked with her. He's worked with Mariah Carey, Patti LaBelle, a few others. And
hmm,
how I met her was I wasn't even expecting. I just was going to this local club called The Shadow. Well, it was called I think they called it the Silver Shadow
hmm,
because when they would end at first when they would end they used to play Silver Shadow by my group Atlanta Star, and then you know I think they over the years they changed it to The Shadow, but it was a big place and it was on West 28th Street, 221st West 28th. I think it's since moved, but I walked in and my girls was there. My my sisters, me and my sisters. I didn't know they were even gonna be there. It was just a regular night for me, a Friday night, and me going in. I just came in and sparks up the party like I always do. Just have
right.
a good time. And
Yeah.
she was I was there, and she came in later, and I'm up there and I seen him there dancing. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I was supposed to. He had called me over to the bar to get a drink because one of my relatives was making a drink,
Hmm.
and somebody had blew some marijuana in my face, being
Oh,
jealous. But this is what I tell you about people, being jealous and being evil, because this is what people do when you have that light. You may have how can I say, um how would I say this? You may have a cardboard box. And like, and I seen this, I don't know if I
hmm,
sent you that clip where you may have a cardboard box, and somebody may be jealous of that because they don't have a box to sleep in. Somebody else may have an apartment.
right,
Somebody can be jealous of that because they don't have an apartment. You could have a house.
right,
Somebody can be jealous of that because they don't have a house. You can have money. You can have cars. You can have fame. You can have military status. You can have good status. You can have entertainment status. People are just going to be jealous. That's just the order and the nature of people. See, instead of them,
right.
hi, pretty dress. Instead of them just being, like I just gave this lady with a pink, nice, cute dress a compliment. Some people don't know that. They don't know how to grow up and be mature. Some people just, they're very high schoolish, middle schoolish, kitty. They're very kitty. Instead of
Hmm.
them, some people hold back their feelings. They act like they love you, but they really hate you. It's a lot that goes into it. But like I
Yeah.
said, when you're happy and when you're a good, happy go lucky soul, everybody's not going to clap for you.
Yeah,
Everybody's not going to clap. And
that's
that's
right.
what Whitney was. Yeah, Whitney was surrounded by that. Even with you, with your anointing, your degrees, you're able to come on camera and show yourself. You're proud of yourself. But some people are not able to do that. And that's where all this misery, this doxing,
Yeah,
this, oh, I got to get paid to give $10, $5, $2 to dox. For what? What is the prognosis? What is the point? You look silly. You are silly, and it is silly, you know.
right,
But people are just, that's how evil people are. That's why I don't have a lot of people around me, you know, and
right,
I won't have a
right.
lot of people around me. That's why I keep people of the light close to me. I don't, once I feel that, once I see pettiness or once I see stupidity, I'm done. Period. No explanation. I'm done, you know. But now your second question was you said how did I meet her? Yeah, so that's how I
Yeah.
met her. And we came in and I just happened to turn around because I'm dancing. And she just grabbed me and I grabbed her. Look, I'm like, oh my God, and we started dancing.
Oh
And that's where
wow.
the $1 Million Bill song stems from. The video that she did was the club
Really?
video. Yeah, the club video that she did. That was
Hmm.
due to, being in the club. But I guess because I'm trying to remember if they had a kitchen. Because I know they did that in the kitchen scene where she came through the back, but I don't know if they had a kitchen. They might have. I don't know. But
Hey, forever chosen.
But that's
Welcome.
that's what people, yeah, that's what people do. People are just jealous. And I've encountered more people. I have pictures with, more people with my peers and things of that nature. And like I said, I don't
Hmm.
have to prove anything to anybody. When people can't come on camera, when people are not confident with who they are, that
Right.
tells a lot. Either they have something to hide or they're just not confident with themselves. So
Absolutely.
and that's just that on that. But yeah, Whitney was a down to earth soul, just like me. We don't hold cut cards. We're gonna tell you like it is. But we're one of the most loyal people if we feel something to be loyal to. You know.
Right. Now,
So
what is your favorite? It can be a few. You can name a few, or name how many of her
yeah,
songs
there is a few.
that
I
are
mean,
your
my God, the
favorite.
catalog. Yeah, the catalog was just insane. But as I put in the chat, greatest love of all was, because you gotta love
Oh
yourself. You gotta, and I'm
yes,
talking about the original version before they did all the rewriting and re-editing, because a lot of stuff was re-edited, rewrote, but the original version. But like I said, people people just don't know, the life I live and the life I've lived, and it's just what it
hmm,
is. And let me say this for the record once again. I did not touch Whitney's body. I never been to California, never have intentions of going to California because of the Tupac, excuse me, aka LaShawn and Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie thing. I don't have any desire to go to Vegas. Those are not places that I desire to go, like I said on your show before.
right,
Those are not, because there's a lot that goes into it, and I don't want to start seeing stuff. I'm good.
absolutely.
But like I said, yeah, like I said, these people, I hope they get backbones. I hope they get, because a lot of people, they gotta follow behind people. And hey, JP, they gotta follow behind people. That ain't me. I'm a leader. Okay, most lions and lionesses are leaders. Kings and queens of the jungle, as they say, because it is a jungle when it needs to be.
It is. It really is.
Mhm.
I believe. Tell us some more about your favorite songs of hers.
Oh,
Uh,
"A Run to You" is another good one.
oh
Um,
yes,
"I Will Always Love You," of course, the
come
standard. Shout out
on.
to Dolly Parton.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes,
"I Wanna Dance with Somebody," "How Will I Know?" What's the other
yes,
one? She did one with George Michael. I don't know if that's the one.
yeah.
That
I
one, I
forget
think it
the
is.
one.
Oh, "If I Told You That," it's a few of them. It's a
Yeah,
few. I'm Knocking, which was Robin. Shout out to Robin Crawford. That was her favorite too. I'm Knocking. My Name Is Not Susan, which is one of my relatives. It's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot that goes in. But like I said, I'm included in a musical family, a legacy, and that's why. certain things I just don't do intentionally.
Hmm.
Just like camera slips, everybody has can make mistakes and will make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And
That's right.
until people learn that you're not God, okay, you'll never be on God's level. And
That's
until you learn that, the better off you'll be.
that's
We're all going to make mistakes, and
that.
that's what we're going to do. But to look over in somebody else's garden is like crazy. Just like with Whitney, she cursed Wendy out because you were very invasive, and we have a lot of your tea. We know a lot of your tea. So if you're gonna spill everybody else's, spill yours, because some of it
That's right.
yours spilled out. Karma came back to you, but not all of it. Because there's a lot more I can go into, but I'm not. You know,
Yes. So
yeah.
how?
But
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, good. And I was saying, like, people just need to stop judging people and stop assuming. Ask questions. If you don't get the answer you're looking for, then either it's not for you to know, or you just don't. Why would you care about it? Some of these people get so invested. They try to act like
Yeah.
they're professional investigators. They're this, that. Why do you need to know? It's called being nosy. And a
Mm,
lot of people are very nosy. And I'm not talking about even in this
right.
I'm not talking about in this instance. You're just trying to, get one of the encounters, and I'm one of millions. Like I said, I'm no better than anybody, but you're not going to play with me regarding. I know that this lady was murdered and her daughter was murdered, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, this spawns into YouTube. People will do anything for $1, and it is what it is. You
A
know.
dollar make a nigga holler. Oops, Lord.
Mhm.
Lord, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Okay, say that, Eagles. Look, that Chicago came out. But like
What?
it is, you're not you. They'll make it, and then see, I'm not about that. Like I said, I could have been sold that. That's why I was so not heartbroken. I was just disgusted,
Mhm.
but not surprised about when I would sell out for $5 or $10. I'm not an addict. First of all,
Okay.
and love to my
That's,
survivors, but I don't
that's
sell out
it.
for anything. If anything, turn that mirror back on you. I don't sell out for anything. I don't need to. And if I was selling out, I could have been sold out years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be on here. So, but people have their own hatred towards themselves. They have their own, insecurities, and you keep that with you. Go work that out with your God or whoever you choose to, your therapist or your church pastor or whoever. Go
Yeah.
work that out with your people. But like I said, and I gotta switch my phone because I need to get because I wanna get people into here it
Thank
is.
you,
But like I said,
JP. We're going to try to we're going to try to get to that your question as the show
oh
goes
wow.
on.
Yes, JP. Yes, it was Ray J. Yeah, Gay J. He had a lot to do with it. It was really more Pat Garland. But go ahead, you can yeah, because I don't want to get I'll do it. So let me switch my phone and I'm coming right back
Okay.
up. But go
Okay.
ahead, yeah. You can take a break or do what you I'm gonna come right back
Yeah.
up.
Switch on. All right. Yeah, we're going to try to get a lot in this conversation um, before my premiere starts. So I want you all to stick around if you can. I have a premiere coming up at 7 o'clock tonight um, with me honoring and remembering and celebrating Whitney Houston. She was the first video that I did um, in this series. So if you can just stick around a little bit for a little while so that you can catch the premiere, or you can go and come back and catch the premiere of me remembering and honoring, excuse me, and celebrating Whitney Houston. I, I really, really loved her music. I really loved her music, and
Yeah.
okay, so back. I really loved her music, and some of my favorite songs by her is "The Greatest Love of All." One of these days, one of those days is um, one of my favorites. There is another one that was on that album. Oh, I can't remember it right now, but I love the song "I'll Always Love You." And I thought I would just pass right out when she did the song for um, the "Waiting to Exhale," the Shoop song. Absolutely just amazing. Uh, she's got a song called "On the Smooth Edge." Uh, of course, the Bodyguard, the whole Bodyguard album is absolutely my favorite. Between that and The Preacher's Wife, my God from glory. Let me move on because we will be here all night with me naming every every song. But she was absolutely a gift to the world. Um, I want to ask you, Sparkle. You can unmute. You can unmute, Sparkle.
No,
I
I'm
want
just
to.
letting you talk. Go ahead. I'm just letting you, reminisce. Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to ask you. Did her mother,
Mhm.
Sissy Houston, give her the nickname Nippy? How did that
And
name
Nippy,
come?
yes. But actually, it was her family, Michael and Gary, but
Okay.
she, she would always say that Nippy, oh, it's so nippy out here. It's nippy, nippy, nippy. That's how she got that name because she would always say it's so nippy, it's cold, chilly, But she she was a jewel, and a
Jewel.
lot of the angels don't come a dime a dozen. They don't
Right.
come a dime a dozen. And like I said, it's a joy to have her or to have had her and know that you can have a lifetime of memories and music. Like I said, we'd be here all night, probably the next day,
Yes.
naming some of her greatest things.
Yes.
And she just did a lot in a short time. And that's what happens. Now, I see Forever Chosen is in the chat, JP, and he said, did Ray J and a YouTube accomplice, plan her demise? Yes, there was a lot of people. It was a lot of people that was involved. Um, there were a few YouTube characters, because people want clout, they want attention. And like I said, some people are still getting paid. I don't know how many people that Pat Garland, because her name is not Pat Houston, Pat Garland
Whoa.
paid
Whoa.
or has
Whoa.
paid.
Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. I see. So you telling me that her last name is Pat
Garland, like Judy Garland,
Garland,
yes, the racist,
and
yes,
not Houston?
Garland, like Judy Garland, yes, her original name is Garland.
Well,
Okay.
go ahead on now. Shut your mouth and keep on talking, girl. Keep on
Okay.
talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, but she's very insecure. How she was introduced to Whitney. She came as a group. They were looking for acts. I think Arista or J Records was looking for
Hmm.
acts, and I don't can't remember if she was a solo or a group act. I think she might have been a two girl act, but I think the other person, I believe they fell out. I'm not exactly sure, but I think they fell out because Pat is very manipulative. She's very selfish, very
I,
controlling,
I heard
and
that
she
over the
yeah, she
years.
wants the spotlight for herself. And a lot of people, this is how they are, and that's where your biggest downfall comes in when you want the
Mhm.
spotlight, and it's all about you and things of that nature. I'm gonna get one of my brownies, yeah, from
Mm.
Domino's. Shout out to Domino's. This live is sponsored by Domino's, honey. They give you a fresh brownie too, honey.
My God.
But yeah, and I got that Ninja Turtle pizza. That spinach and feta
Oh,
pizza, yeah. Yeah, look like a thing.
don't do
I
that.
was gonna
I
get
ain't
the
even ate.
Honolulu. Yeah, I was gonna get the Honolulu Hawaii pizza, but I said, "Child, I get that next time." But yeah, shout out to Domino's and shout out to Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Little John, Papa John's, all of them.
Mm, we got all of
But
them.
yeah,
Mm.
Yeah,
Keep
but yeah, I know. We definitely speaking of pizza. We got to get to who got the best pizza. Put it in the chat. New York or Chicago? I think the way New York eats the pizza, but
ah,
Chicago, baby, y'all are the home of the deep dish, honey. That's a deep. I ain't never seen a deep dish pizza like that. But and shout out to Roxy's Lady
ah,
Loungers.
yes,
Um,
yes,
yes, and shout out to Princess House of the Only Princess.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, back to Nippy. Yeah, it's like when people are selfish like that and people are greedy. Oh, I'm gonna take everything. I come in. And, everybody is saying, and shout out to Paperwork Party. Everybody's saying that Clive Davis had a lot to do with it, which he did. Um, but he wasn't the only hands involved. Now, getting to Danielle, aka C Diddy, as y'all know, he's a clout
Mhm.
chaser. That's why he runs around. Oh, I got so much this money, this, that, and the third. Yeah, you got a little bit, but you ain't get as much as you brag about. And see, that's another thing. People have that ego
Uh-oh, freaking
problem.
out.
And like I think me and One Love was talking, people have an ego problem, a pride problem. Just admit to what you did. Cops are on you. They're not gonna get off of you, okay? And Liz can't save you. Okay, she's nobody. She wants to be somebody just like you. So, there's a lot, there's a few others, the boogeyman, the booger man, as you
A
call them.
booger.
These people
Mhm.
are, scary avatar people that will never show themselves. They have nothing to prove. These people, they are setup squad. That's what it is, and that's what it's going to be. Like Unspoken Purposes, shout out to her. Like she said, they're a setup squad. They'll come at people for no reason to try to dig up
Yeah.
information. That's why they don't want to be seen. But yes, they were, it's a lot of people that were approached about Nippy's demise. But Danielle is one of the main ones, and I said what I said. Okay, I told the Supreme Court and others, so don't think you think I'm scared or anything. I said what I said, and I know what I know because first of all, the clues match up. You struck Michael's video. Why would you strike video if somebody is lying on you equally? Like you, when they
Right.
lied and said you were supposedly accosting a 14-year-old. First of all, you
Uh-huh.
have a reputation, you have a legacy.
Right.
Okay, you have a legacy, and some stuff you don't even pay attention to, and that's the best thing to do because these people want fame, they want clout or any attention, but they don't know what comes with the other side of fame. They don't know that once you do a dirty job, you're taken out. You're taken out. That's just what it is. Some of us have lasted
One,
so long because we know how to maneuver. We know
right.
how to do our do. We know what it is. And see, these people think that, oh, I won't be taken out. I won't be, I'll do a dirty job. I'll be the do girl or the do boy. And that's it. That'll never be it. See, y'all are so sloppy and so stupid. And the Booker Man, you just give yourself up. Just horribly, just horribly. So you don't have to show yourself. You're ugly. Your spirit is ugly. These people, their spirits are ugly. Whitney was a beautiful spirit, and
Yes.
she's going to be. And you don't get that in life often. Most people come with an agenda. Every now and then, most people, but there are some that would just be genuine and pure. Like I said, with you, One Love, Mookie, JP, a few others relationships. People, yeah, I'm on live. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eagles.
Oh, well, we want to take a slight break, and then we'll be back in a moment so I can clear. I'm sitting up here trying to eat some Doritos on.
Yeah,
So if
but
I leave,
I'm sorry. I'm back. My sister. Yeah, but yeah, I was telling her to tune in. But yeah, it's like it's crazy. It's sad. But I was so shocked because I was surprised when I met Whitney. When I went, in, I'm like, oh my god. So she's
uh,
there, and I just was in shock because I grabbed her, and I'm like, oh, and we just danced the night away. And I didn't know that she was going to make that video. I was just shocked to see it. I'm like, oh, little things have changed here and there, but that basically was it. Because this club was like it's like a big church. It almost looked like a mansion. It really could have been a
Hmm.
mansion,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, and it's like it was crazy. It was like you go in, it's one big dance floor, then you go to the side, it's a little room. It's like a reggae room and then a calypso room, and then you go upstairs. There's like a balcony. You can look out on the dance floor and see people. Then on the stage,
Mhm.
which I've been on that stage multiple times with Melly Mel, DJ Chuck Chill Out, a few others. You know, um, um, it is what it is, and I've been in the presence of greatness, and I am. We are greatness. All of us have a greatness. No one is better than anybody. But in the
That's right.
same token, you can't underestimate people's power and people's um stance, a solidification or validation. See, I don't need to be validated by the lies and the rumors and the oh well, you have all these records, you have this and the third. Y'all had to go make something up and attach somebody else's stuff to me. Just like you did with Eagles, just like
Hmm.
you did with One Love, just like you did with JP, all of these people, because y'all have no lives. And it's evident you have no lives. You don't have to be seen. We know that by your spirit. You don't have any life. And like Whitney said, you don't live with me, you don't sleep with me, you don't do shit with me, but talk about me, and it's the truth. It's just the sad truth, you know. Because I don't have time to look people up and see what people doing. Whatever you do, it's gonna come back to you. Lady Karma is always somewhere watching,
That's it.
you know. hmm But yeah, I wanted to get into it was something. Oh, because I know people might want to come up. But yes, JP, he was definitely involved. That's why the cops stopped him. That's why he won't talk about it. Um, Liz, you may be a suspect too. While you running around talking about my niece and all these girl, please, these people. But like I said, there was a whole plan, a whole design to get get the estate. That was the thing, to get the money, get the
Mhm.
big estate.
Right.
And it's sad that y'all would do anything for money. But see, even if y'all was to get Whitney's money, y'all wouldn't. It wouldn't even. How would you say, the fastest you get it is fast as it's going.
It's one.
Like you get
Yeah,
it, it's gonna be taken from you because it's not yours and you didn't get it honestly.
that's
Period.
right.
You know.
What did you
But
think? Go ahead.
mm,
No, I was just going to ask what did you think about when the world named Whitney the voice. I found that was an interesting concept, um, to an interesting title to name her, because she has the voice. That voice is
child is
incredible.
God given. It's just God given. I mean, it's like an angel just came down and put it right in her throat. You know, and even through all the and in the beginning, yes, there was drugs. And Bobby, let me clear this up again. Bobby did not get Whitney on drugs. Whitney had been dibbling and dabbling. She wasn't an angel. Okay,
Right.
she did her little things. She had a hood side to her because she was born in Newark. Shout out to Newark. Shout out to Ghetto Intellect. She was born in Newark, so she had a hood down to earth side to her. She wasn't, oh, Miss Pritzy. They wanted to paint her. Oh, let's make her Miss Pritzy Pritzy. No, that wasn't her. She was a down to earth t-shirt and jeans girl, and it was what it was.
Yes.
And then once it got to her, the life got to her. Oh, we gotta clean up your image. We gotta, that's what a lot of these people do.
Mhm.
Oh, I want my image to be squeaky clean, but meanwhile, you the dirtiest that ever lived. It doesn't work like that. When you're
Right.
dirty, when you do dirt, dirt is going to come back to you. And if it don't
That-
come back to you, It's going to come back to your loved ones. It's going to come back to your family. It's going to come back to your children, your grandchildren. When you do dirt like that,
Absolutely.
So that's why it's best just to be. If you can't get along with somebody, you go your way.
Leave
You stay on your
the
side.
hell
I
alone.
stay on my side.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
That's it. And I mean, like for Liz to even keep coming back over here. What do you want? A piece of Eagles? What do
And
you
she
want?
just she
Eagles
just
don't want you. Yeah. Uh,
she just don't nobody
it's
want
big as
that.
a toughie.
Spook didn't want the
Yeah,
that
you're
that
supposed to
that
have. I know. you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have all these cases and be so swamped. The lead attorney ain't swamped. With, I mean, ain't. I want to hear messing with people. Attorney Simone, Attorney Pam is not on here messing with people. And you can put Esquire behind your name all day long. You're going to jail. First of
yeah,
all, 10 years for impersonating somebody. 10 years for impersonating somebody, especially a government person. Yeah, see, Goody can name herself the feds and all this and the third. That don't mean she's the real federal agents. We know that.
right.
But like I said, people just don't like to look at the realness. I look at the realness of things. I look at both sides, and then I make my decision. I try to get both sides. If I can't
Okay.
go both sides, then I'll make my own decision. But go ahead. Anybody can come up if I guess if you want to drop. I mean, if you drop the link or if anybody want to ask questions. But yes, Danielle had a lot to do with it. That's why he's running scared, reaching out. And like I said, a lot of the people that's around him, y'all will be and can be implicated. Period. So that's that on that. Okay. So
We
period.
we have talked about Whitney and our thoughts on her being a
Mm-hmm.
singer. But what did
Mm-hmm.
you think about her as an actress? Because I think that it was just her acting skills were just as amazing as her voice, her singing. I what can you say?
Her voice, I mean, her voice is one thing and captivates you, and then it's just the singing of the acting of it all. I mean, the bodyguard was amazing, and then to come
Yeah,
out with Way to Exhale and be real down to earth in real life was like the four girls
yes.
that had so much going on, so much relation men and no good men and men that were out for opportunities and even the ones that wanted to love and tried to come in and it almost negates real life. It's like you get into this relationship and then women come with baggage, men come with baggage, people come with baggage. She showed a
Hmm.
human side of her. She was
Yes.
and people think, oh, when once you're on a pedestal, you don't do no wrong. People are
No.
human. Before celebrity, we're human. If you don't
Hmm.
want nobody to talk about you with your facts, don't put out lies on people. And that
Yes.
was her main thing to get across. Don't put out lies on people. And whatever you put out, be willing to get back. You see, that's people's problem. They want to dish it, but they can't take it. If you can't do it,
Mhm.
just get out the arena. Get out of the arena.
But that's what was so amazing about Whitney. Publicly,
Hmm.
she dealt
Hmm.
with a lot of issues and a lot of speculations. Um, and she dealt with it professionally, like a woman. But I can only imagine how she dealt with it behind the scenes because there was just not only the allegations of drug use, but there was the speculation and the allegations that she was a lesbian. That what?
Well, on that part, I will say this. Now, people have had experiences,
Hmm.
um, and they're not going to tell you every little fiber of their life,
Absolutely.
and they're not entitled to that. But like I
Mhm.
said, like you said, she dealt with it like a woman, like a grown woman is supposed to. Either she didn't choose the answer, or she let you know. Listen, I don't feel comfortable. She let you know in her way. I don't feel comfortable answering that question. Move on or move to the next question.
Yes, yeah.
But people, everybody's life is not entitled to everybody. What you get is what you
Absolutely.
get. If you can't open your life, your family's life, your mistakes, your trials, your younger years where you might have stole, where you might have smoked, where you might have did things that you're not proud of. Their
Mhm.
people's lives are not privy to everybody. You
Yes.
don't like I say, you don't F finance or feed me. So why is my life an open book with your life is not an open book to me? I don't understand that.
Wait, did somebody? I just no. Keep
Um,
talking.
hmm?
I saw
Okay.
one love came
Yeah,
up.
but
I was trying to
and
find a
thank
picture.
you for having.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
one love here. Yeah, but
Yeah.
and speaking of one love, she may touch on this because I'm drop down and let her come up if she's there.
No, you
But
can stay
oh,
up.
this shit. Hey, Blue.
Hey
Yes,
girl,
I'm
hey,
how
girl.
you doing? Happy Saturday.
happy
Happy
Saturday.
Saturday. But yes,
I'm
I want to
just
get into this, and now I
enjoying.
gotta switch my phone again because I didn't
No,
charge. You know
I'm
me,
gonna drop
these
down.
damn
Where you
phones don't
going,
charge.
girl?
No,
Where you
I'm
going?
coming right back. I'm coming right back. I just want because I want to want you to get your perspective about the biblical part of Whitney because I know they saying and speaking of the lesbian part, there are
Hmm.
lesbians in church. There are people that are lesbians. There are people that are
Absolutely.
bisexual. There are people that are had experiences. Who cares? Are you getting
Right.
paid off these people's experiences? And that's a lot of where I see one love comes with the Christian angle of it. Who are y'all?
Mm,
Y'all can't judge anybody. Let's look in your closet.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, let's look in your closet.
Well,
But go ahead,
welcome,
y'all.
welcome on the
Hi, Minister
welcome.
Eagles. Well, hello. Thank you for having me.
Okay, before I before we get into the biblical aspects of this conversation, what was your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this legendary diva, the voice, the queen of
Yeah.
the night, Whitney Houston? What is your thoughts on her?
She is the beautiful voice,
Yeah,
to me, of all time, and
yeah.
that's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I
I,
love pretty much all her songs. Um, the Greatest Love of All is one of my favorites,
oh
but
wow.
I mean, I really can't just choose that. Her last album, which did not get, I can't even think of the name of it, didn't get to be promoted like it should have been promoted for whatever reason. I don't
Right.
know all the entails, like with what is it called? What happened to her with the tub and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't dig into the celebrities personal stuff, even when it come out to the forefront. you know, I don't dig into that. I may see stuff here and there, but I be so caught up in my own life.
Yeah,
But she's the
but
voice. And her
we're going to.
latest album,
Mhm.
one of the songs,
Was
I
that the
play.
one with "I Look to You" on there?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
that's this album. Let me keep
And
talking. I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm going to put up
yes, I don't even
a
know
little
the
video of
album
me.
name. I can't think of the album name, but one of those that she sung, and I played it while I was driving on the road is one of not to the fullest details like she's describing in the song, but that's kind of one of my
I
experience,
know.
and I played it while driving
Mhm.
when I came out of that cult church. That's how I felt, Minister Eagles. I just wanted to, when you come out of the cult, I just wanted, and I'm not the party girl. I wanted to
Mhm.
rebel, and I did rebel after having that stench of religion,
Right.
on me. It was on me on the outside, and it was trying to get on the inside, trying to get on the inside, but it didn't because God ruled my heart. That's how I felt. That was my experience. I can't think of that song, and I played. That's part of
Mhm.
my testimony. um what she was describing in there. It was what it was. And we never know what people are going through. Okay, we never know
Mhm.
what they have experienced in life. But that song, being a soldier girl, that's me. And so I've been through the highs and the lows, and through stuff I didn't think I would go through. But I salute beautiful Whitney Houston. I think of her heart more than anything when she won awards.
Yeah,
If y'all go back and y'all think about it, she would get up there and say, "I love the Lord," and she would sing a little song. That was who, to me, who she really was. She really loved God. And Minister Eagles, you know, it's scripture, the flesh will war against the spirit. Okay. And so that's what it
absolutely.
is with a
Absolutely.
lot of, or I'm not a lot, well, I say some believers in Christ. Okay. I know that's the experience
Yeah.
my son had, you know, his battle with the flesh. Something as simple as,
Mhm.
you know, weed. So God looks at the heart, and you got people who will sit up here and they'll take the Bible and they'll take certain things out. Oh, she's going to hell. Well, I'm
Mhm.
here to tell you, even before what happened to my son, my biological son, me and God we have our personal time, personal talk, and God put it on my heart because many people thought she's going to hell, she's going to hell, and you know most of those was religious people, and only God knows the heart. Okay,
Yeah,
God knows what we struggle in, and you got some say,
absolutely.
"Oh, if you commit suicide, you know, you going to
Mm,
hell." Well, let me tell y'all, it's all that we have is not all there is. God look at the heart. God didn't want us to do that, but He knew, and I thank God that He considered the flesh what we all go through. You know what I'm saying? I whether it's
absolutely.
some people go through addictions, some people go through many different, you know, sinful things, right? But God didn't come
Absolutely.
to condemn us, but He came to save us. Okay.
That's it.
And so they think, oh, because she was doing the drugs, and then I heard even some ignorant people saying stuff even about my son. And of course, I
Mhm.
forgive. I would always forgive, but they don't hold the keys of heaven. Only God do.
Absolutely.
Only
That's
God
right.
do. He detects our motives. He know our heart. He know the reason why we did. We do what we do. We did what we did, and thank God He came before we was even here and paid the price for us.
That's
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
you know, again, you got they saying she went to hell. No, I beg to differ. I highly disagree. Okay,
Hmm.
God didn't want us. He wanted us to keep more than just His 10 Commandments, but He
That's right.
that we have an advocate with the Father. And Wendy Houston loved God. She did,
Oh, I
although she
believe.
struggled in the flesh. Go ahead, Minister Eagles.
I believe that. I believe that she's a human being who lived her life out in
Mm-hmm.
the public's eye, up under the microscope of
Mm-hmm.
cameras all the time.
Ooh, my Lord.
Um,
Mm.
Nobody can really tell somebody that a person isn't saved
Yeah, I
because
know,
you
right?
don't know their relationship with God.
Yes.
And I believe that she had a relationship with
Oh
God.
yes. Oh yes.
Um, you could tell by the way she sang,
Yes.
especially when it came to gospel songs. You could hear, but even if you didn't know that she sang gospel, you could hear in the way she would sing the greatest love of all. You could hear God in her
Oh
voice,
yes.
even when she sang "I'll always love you." You could
And
hear,
what I'm
you knew that there was a relationship there.
That's it. And one of my favorites, also, Minister Eagles, I must say, is the national anthem. She hit it. She
Ah,
was the best. Y'all go check that out. I need to post that. She
yes,
was the best. That right there, huh, when she
Soaring.
put her voice to something, she
yeah,
knocked it out.
and
She
she
was the
was
best
very,
that ever sung the national anthem.
she
Okay?
was,
That's my opinion. Okay?
she was
I
very
ain't
Uh-huh.
entitled.
masterful with the training with her voice. I remember an
Mhm.
interview that I
Mm-hmm.
saw with her, and I believe with her mother, and she would tell how her mother would always remind her to learn the melody
Mm-hmm.
first
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
before she started
Oh,
doing those little masterful little things with her voice,
riffs.
the
The
run.
little riffs and the little runs.
Yes.
Mhm.
And can
So
I
she,
share this scripture? And
mhm.
then I have to
Mhm.
go out. I'm gonna listen in. I gotta go because I cooked chicken quesadilla. I'm gonna go hit the road, listen in. I gotta
Okay,
get
you want to get some
Mrs.
food? I know
Suge.
that's right, honey.
I
Don't play
fixed
about
her
that
some.
food, girl.
Yes, and I'm taking
Mhm.
her a gift too. Look at y'all. Look, anyway, I don't think it's bad. People give me gifts, y'all, and a lot of times I have all my needs met. So sometimes people, I throw this in there, y'all, give me gifts. Sometimes they not for us, okay? Sometimes it's for us to
That's it.
pass on some material stuff, even wealth may not be ours. God will have us to give it unto others. So
Yes.
I have so many, and I was going to do a video on it, but I don't feel like it. I don't know. Blessings to y'all content creators. I hope Spark come back, because Spark, I ain't. I'm finna go. I'm finna hit the road and listen to y'all. But God said this. But it's towels, y'all. It's Tommy Hilfiger towels, new, and they
Hmm.
just been sitting. I need more room in one of my storage area because my mother had a lot of towels, and many people know my mother stayed with me, and I had towels. And my
Okay.
dog got a lot of towels. I'm like, you know what? These are not meant for me. And I remember Miss Suge saying that she had to buy her some, new towel, and towels ain't cheap, y'all. Okay. So I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I got some towels that's in the wrapper, still new. I think it's 6 of them I got.
Hmm.
And I let her know, hey, did you ever buy those towels? She was like, I said, well, I got you. I said, I got you.
Hmm.
Okay. See, so y'all think about that next time. Some possessions that come in y'all hands may not be for y'all. It may be for y'all to release it. So you may hold on to it until the rightful owner come, okay? But I'll say this, Minister Eager, the scriptures say, the scripture already said, when we make our bed in hell, I'm paraphrasing y'all,
That's it.
God is there with us, okay?
Hmm.
And you just got a lot of people taking they hold people to one scripture, but they forget about the other scriptures that God so loved the world he gave his only begotten son. If God is there with us, he said, even into the ends of the earth. I believe that's what it says. You can correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, Minister Eagles.
No, no,
So
you're right.
because all these people, you got these false prophets, false teachers putting a whole lot of people in hell according to their interpretation. Okay,
Right.
they need notice need to be served on them. Okay, like notice was served on Satan. Okay, because God said
Hmm.
not so. He hold the keys to heaven
That's right.
and hell. Okay, okay, that's why he had to come. He
That's
knew
right.
that it was going to be a struggle for many, okay, for many of us, okay, in the flesh. So who am I to put anybody in hell? I don't want to, it's not my job to put nobody in hell. I prefer to give grace and mercy like I have to any and everybody on
Absolutely.
YouTube, okay, on YouTube, okay, I have.
Absolutely.
Because God could deal with them way better than we can. That's in his vengeance belong to God. But I
That's
do
right.
think something. I don't think she just. Um, how do you put? I didn't follow it like that. That's why I listened to Sparkle more so. I think she did have some kind of accomplish. I don't even with the daughter.
Hmm.
That ain't no coincidence. Okay,
That's
it,
right.
it's not to me, and I'll leave that right there. So prayerfully, God bring justice to the situation, and that's what I want to say,
Absolutely.
Minister Eagle. Blessing, love you guys much, and I'm gonna drop down and listen in if I may.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you for doing this
Appreciate
on
it.
Whitney Houston, the voice,
Yes.
the greatest of all time.
Yeah. It's time that we kind of remember these wonderful people, these artists, and celebrate what their contribution to the world And it wasn't just her time and her money, but her voice is what she contributed. And that's one of the biggest parts. So masterful, master at it. And JP, I do believe just from the actions that I've seen on this app with uh with this content creator C Dub, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I just wouldn't doubt it. But yes, I do believe that he probably had a hand in the unaliving Whitney. But we're going to get more into that shortly. Uh, Whitney was so masterful. I love the way that she could take a song by someone else and do a cover to it. Hold on. The Don Doritos is got me choking
Lord. Hey, I was hoping JP or Freed or anybody would like to come up if possible. I mean, if you say it's okay to come
now.
up
I'm
to
gonna try
ask any
to.
questions. But yes, C Diddy definitely had a lot to do with it. Liz, the Booger Man, and that's why these people are on here, doing the things that they do, but they're making sure their faces can't be seen. Um, these people are tragedies among themselves. And I will say this because I was looking at Dana J. Shout out to Dana J's you know uh
Mhm.
situation. And I'll probably play it later. But did you know that Kim Barrell was
Mhm.
connected to R. Kelly? She was supposed to testify for R. Kelly and she didn't. And she's
Uh-uh.
also connected to she's also connected to Whitney Houston where she
Absolutely.
decided to, well, oh, well, I didn't answer the calls and, I wasn't in. Yeah, whose orders were that? Pat Garland. It was her orders to not answer the call
Wow.
because, yeah, because, any other time you pick up the phone, just like Kim would pick up the phone, Pat would pick up the phone. Why didn't y'all just that day not pick up the phone? And like
Right.
when I spoke to Shaka Khan, shout out to Yvette, Shaka Khan,
Mhm.
she basically put it on the line. First of all, why would you bring somebody in a whole few days or almost a week, like Paperwork Party said before the Grammy? She was the only one. That was the setup. Everybody else came in on the 10th, and notice it
Right.
was on Brandy's birthday, the 11th, that she passed away. It was a whole setup. Nikki Gilbert, your
Hey,
fraud
Sour
arse was
Patch.
involved. Hey, Patchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki Gilbert, your fraud arse was involved. Stacey Francis, she had a fight with Stacey over Ray J. But the gag is Whitney
Oh,
did not want Ray J. That's the gag. And he was the runner boy, like Lily Leola said. And C. Diddy was the runner. C. Diddy was the runner. That's why he ran up trying to almost get unalived him and his child. To Ray J. What is the significance running up to somebody? First of all, you don't know if the security would have hit you, hit your son, and you're just that clout chaserish. You're just that clout chaser. We didn't even think about his life, think about his safety. You just want to suck Ray J off so bad. It's sick. It's sick, these people's clout. And then they run around, oh, Sparkle don't know what she talking about. Sparkle know everything that she talking about. Okay, because I'm in the executive pen. I, huh?
Sour
Oh, yeah,
Patch.
I'm in the, hey, Sour Patch. Huh? What happened?
Sour Patch, is that you? Well, let's just. That you, Sour
Is she?
Patch?
Hey, it's me.
Hi,
Oh,
baby.
how did you get
Hi.
up? Because I hadn't dropped the link in the chat yet.
I don't know, baby. I think you did
Hey,
drop it. Cause I
Yeah, the
came
link's
through.
in the chat. I just
Yeah,
scrolled.
it's in the chat. You did
It's
drop
in
it.
the okay, my
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be
Damn, you gonna
scrolling
interrupt.
instead of being like drop the link. I'll be like, wait, they'll be like it's dropped. So
Yeah, no, sometimes I do that too because I try to do it on Lolo's, but I'm glad she dropped the link because usually she'll pin it. And some people, that's why I asked her because some people be like, "Oh, before you drop the link, somebody's up there and they messing up the commentary." Everybody's show is not dedicated to one person. That's crazy. But I'm
oh
glad my
yeah.
baby hit the link. But Eagles,
thank
you
you
can
for
ask her,
telling
I
me
guess
that.
if she wants to. Yes, thank you,
Spill it back.
mommies. We want to. Yeah,
Hola.
what's your favorite Whitney? Okay, Eagles. I don't want to take over your show.
Go ahead. No, no, you can ask us that. I was about to ask her about
Yeah,
her thoughts about
go ahead.
Whitney and her favorite songs by Whitney.
Oh, Whitney Houston, my favorite songs. Oh, I love her. Oh shoot. I mean, she was I was growing up with her, so I'm a
Hmm.
real like, that was during my time. And so I love like even the non popular ones like uh couldn't we almost had it all?
Oh yes,
Um what is that other song that's like he gives me love, he gives
all the
me
man.
love,
That's my
all the
song too.
men,
Yes, honey.
all the
Ah, that's my
And
song
men
that
too.
can also be
love
taken,
me.
yes, honey, that can be taken as a gospel song too, because I think she kind of
Oh,
related it
okay.
to gospel as
Really?
in Jesus. Yes, I think
Hmm.
she
Oh, I
did
see. I see. That
relate to
makes
that as in
sense.
Jesus as well. But I know it started with Bobby. And like I said, her and Bobby were two of a kind. They separated and then, they were going to get back together if people didn't know. But, people, mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
lot
love,
that goes
yeah,
into it.
because I had her
Mm.
tape back then. It was tapes. So I had her
Yeah,
tape, and
honey.
I just listened. I just let it play. I mean, I was the one to skip. Well, you couldn't really skip anyways at the time, right? But I just let it play, and I mean, I loved a lot of her songs. Just
Hmm.
um, I
Yes,
love Whitney
Ashley, we gotta
Houston.
get together.
Yes.
Yes, we love her,
Mhm.
and I love you, and I love Selena. It's like certain ones that just
Hey.
they captivate you. Yes, they just captivate you. And like I said, Eagles, I'm gonna be live in a minute. I just wanted to come up and give my thoughts. But y'all check out the premiere that's coming on after. And I'm so excited to see it. Eagles, I don't know if you want to drop the link in the chat so people can make sure they catch it. Shout out to Freed. Shout out to Sour Patch for coming up. Shout out to One Love.
Hey.
And anybody that
Oh,
wants
one
to come up. But
love.
yes, yeah, she was up here, but forever chosen, yes, JP. I don't know if you want to tap in and maybe give your favorite song or whatever, or how she impacted you. But my heart, I thought somebody had ripped my heart out my chest. That day when I saw the news, I just cried in my mother's arms. I was like, it was just like it was like an earthquake happened.
So
But
sad.
I was
And
like,
it
I
just,
knew, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I knew what it was. I just knew it. And like Leola Brown said, Bobby's sister, it was a bad bag. And it was Danielle, aka C Diddy's bad bag. That game, because that's what he does. And he thinks he's fooling somebody. You're not fooling anybody by you running. Oh, I got a job on the truck. And shout out to all my good truckers, Triggs. Shout out to Triggs, our boy Triggs. Shout out to what's the other one? Riggs, Big Riggs and Triggs. Shout out to the real
Oh, big
truckers, the
rigs.
trucker community. Yeah, shout out to the trucking community, the real
Oh, and
trucking community.
thank you, Sparkles. By the way, I wasn't home when Talentless went up there, and I saw you go up
Oh,
there at NB the
child.
other
Girl.
day.
Yes,
Yeah,
a mess,
he
a mess,
uh
a mess.
but
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna take
a mess.
ownership a little bit. I don't feel like,
Yeah,
I'm not a victim by far. So if I say, I
yeah,
make some stupid mistakes and I trusted some
yeah,
people
you
and got
do.
into some shit, if he wants to think I'm slow because of that, I can't I'm not gonna get offended. That's his opinion. It doesn't mean it's true. And
Yeah,
I did make a fool
yeah,
out of myself a couple of times.
yeah.
So I'm okay with
But
it.
we all
And
do, even
besides,
like with
I
Whitney.
call him talentless.
Yes,
So
yeah,
he
he's
said
a mess, girl.
he hang, but
He can't be
how can he
pleased though.
talk about people on
Yeah,
YouTube being losers,
but
but yet
child.
in real life, he put his ass on a flight, on a plane to go meet up with people and was vulnerable, and then he got his picture taken. Okay, where we already know what he
Wait,
looks like with his
wait a minute. I'm
Mr.
sorry, Eagles. I
Potato
know we
Head
went off topic,
nose.
but
Fine,
ah,
that's fine.
I'm Oh, go ahead. Yeah, but I mean, and speaking of that, just like with Styles, she can admit as a grown woman she's made mistakes, things that she's not happy about. Whitney did the same thing. Everybody's human. We are. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to do a camera slip, but it was a camera slip. That's the difference. And even Sheffy came behind me and did a camera slip. We're not.
Oh
Sometimes we
yes,
don't
I
be
remember
thinking about,
Sheffy.
oh
Yeah.
my cam. Yeah, be my cameras on and this and see the difference is we don't care because we are fine with our bodies. We're not like Reed, potato face Reed, who's so scared that One Love got his picture, that I got his picture. We're not scared. We love our bodies. Our men, our women, they love our bodies. Eagles is not scared to come with his silky pressed hair. You know, see, Diddy, you couldn't do that. You can't do that. You got to come with that ugly face, a talent. You got to come scared behind that avatar. It's sick. It's sick, but we love ourselves like Whitney loved herself. Even when she got skinny, she was like, Diane, listen. Uh, oh, wow, your thing just came up. Diane, she said, Diane, listen, do you know? Do you really know why I'm small? Like, first of all, she's thin, just like me. Okay. She doesn't eat. It's days she doesn't eat. It's days that she just didn't, she didn't feel like she didn't do what, it wasn't up to her to do. And people always going to criticize. Like Wendy was one of the worst critics. That's why she got blasted. And I'm giving her she, because I know a lot more, but I'm going to leave that alone. I'll talk about that. He goes, one day, if you want to come back, I'll give you an exclusive. And I don't care who gets mad about it. It is what it
Oh,
is. The truth is the truth. The truth is the
mm,
truth and the
And
facts
and
of the life. That's why we love Sour Patch because
I
Sour
can't.
Patch, he
Yeah.
don't cut cars. He don't cut cars. Eagles don't cut cars. Liz, why are you stalking us? Why? Because if I let Sour Patch loose on you, you're gonna be embarrassed. I'm telling you. Because this
Leave
girl
my
will curse you
egos
out in
alone.
French.
Leave my egos
Oh
alone.
Lord.
Ego ain't
Oh
messing with
Lord.
nobody. Okay, so I don't. I want egos to. I don't want to risk Eagles.
Marco, when did you find it there?
Platform. But I'm gonna say it in a
Oh, go
nice
ahead.
way. Just leave Eagles alone. Just back off. I mean, what is the problem? Eagles is
Oh.
doing his commentary. Sparkles does Sparkles commentary. Sparkles will clap back. Sparkles will drag. But Eagles
mhm.
just doing his thing. So why you gotta bother him? There's no need for that. We're not talking about anybody specifically up here as far as like commentary. We're talking about Whitney
Exactly.
and Bobby and I feel like with Bobby, they were so in love and their love was toxic, but it was like we wanted them to win. We wanted them to get out of that whole spell of the rugs, the craziness,
Mm.
and be good together. But it's so unfortunate that it didn't make it that way. Oh man, it's just terrible. But I feel like the industry, if anything, had a lot to do with it. We can't really blame all Bobby. I feel like there was a lot of people enablers and stuff, and I just wish they could have gotten to her to get her to get help and stuff. But that's the way the celebrity world is. You gotta be. And back then in the 90s and stuff, it was no social media, so people couldn't really come out and speak the way they do now. Maybe if there was social media at the time, somebody could have gotten to her and made her see like, look, you can change your life, but you just never know. And it is what it
And
is. I mean,
speaking of that, speaking of that,
yeah.
let me get in. Thank you, South because you brought the perfect segue. So I wrote to her um February damn third, second or third. And I wrote to the William Morris agency and I told her, Nippy, get yourself together. You got a child to live for. And if they got to find the letter, they'll find it. You got
Uh,
a child to live for. You got the, and she was getting better. She
Oh
did,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
coincidentally, yeah, she did the Sparkle movie, okay? Because I am the
Yeah.
only original Sparkle, okay? Stephanie, fake R. Kelly Sparkle. That was my name given to me by him. That's why I used that name. And I can go deep into R. Kelly's, and he was the one who wrote her song "I Look to You." The last, I don't know if that's the song you was talking about, Eagles, but yeah, he wrote that song 10 years before, like 2005 or something. I don't know, but he wrote
Was that the
that song
name of
years
the
ago, and it,
album?
yeah, it was the name of the album too. "I Look to You."
Okay,
Yes,
that's what One Love was trying to. Then One Love was
yeah,
trying.
that was
Okay.
the album. "I Look to You."
And a
Yes,
forever chosen
and
one. I've seen that I'm sorry, I've seen that name before for
That
Ocho
name, yeah, that's
Juan.
JP. That's Jason Paul.
It's
Yeah,
JP.
he's a good guy. Yeah,
Okay,
Sparkle. When did you
hello.
find out Danielle was behind it? I knew Danielle was behind it. Um, Let me see. Right before I met, maybe right before I met y'all, Eagles. I might no, because I knew Eagles for a while. I'm trying to. I don't
Yeah,
even know. That's a damn shame, Eagles. We don't even remember when we met. That's crazy.
I know.
But
Uh,
I don't know. Well, the gay God is good. And like South Patch said, if they had social media in the 90s, a lot of y'all would be putting yourselves in check because a lot of people, and it would be funny if YouTube had a lot of social media cameras because a lot of y'all wouldn't do the stuff that y'all do. Y'all wouldn't
that-
sit behind avatars. Y'all wouldn't be like Lemon talking about Sour Patch and then put a Mexican burritos on the hit list. That's not funny,
they
Lemon.
did
And
what?
I told you before.
Oh please,
Yeah,
yeah, and on who's a scorned lover now? I haven't been on
hey,
Lem's or doing
child.
a damn thing. I put on my
That's what
community
I said.
wall,
Krista hasn't
my
been, and I mean, he
receipt.
gets mad. Like I told him, and I'll tell him to his face again. Lemon, you can't talk about people and then think people are not going to talk about you. You can't mention
Right.
people
Right.
and think people are not
Yeah,
going to mention you. That's the same thing with Liz.
and
Liz, you can't
I don't
think
want
Eagles is
Eagles
not
to.
going to.
I don't want to express too much because I
Yeah.
don't want Eagles to get him to attack Eagles because
Oh, no, no,
it
but
has
you can
nothing
come
to
Oh,
on
do
I
my
with
ain't
me.
channel
worried
because I'm
about
getting
that.
ready to go live. Yeah.
Boo, I ain't
Oh, I
worried
know
Okay.
about
you ain't,
that.
bro. He
I
just,
mean,
you don't even know
I
who,
know, but
you
he's
don't
a,
even know who
you know,
Lemon
he'll
is.
go, oh, they want
Yeah.
this Eagle. It
you
has
can tell
nothing to
him
do
to
with
Yeah,
come
it.
yeah,
see
he's a mess.
me on my channel and get
Oh
cussed the
God,
hell out
Jesus.
and
Oh
then
please.
sit
Oh
back.
please. Oh God, please, please, no Eagles, Eagles, please, because I
All
already
right.
know. Listen, Lemon, Eagles ain't the one you want to mess with. Okay, this is Chicago for real. Okay, but let me say this because I'm coming on my channel. So Sour Patch, come on mine in a minute. I'm about to go live because I want to react
Yeah.
to this. But like I said, Liz, you can't sit around and say, "Oh, Eagles, you can't talk about me." Mookie, you can't talk about me. Sour Patch can't talk because I'm sure you'll be mentioned Sour Patch, and I will let you know. I'm gonna let you let loose on her
I
ass
wish you would
because she
be
see
mentioned.
these people can't be talked about, but they want to talk about everybody else. It does not work that way. Krista hasn't
Right.
said anything about you, Lemon. And you can say, oh, well, Sparky, you just running with that. No, I'm not running with that because Lady Snoop came at me for no reason. I didn't do nothing to Lady
Oh,
Snoop.
we got to talk
And
about
I
this.
don't
How
know
we
if
doing that?
Hey, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if Snoop was being funny or not, but Snoop, you need to let me know because if you want this battle, breath, the bones that pass away, we can get it. Okay, we can get it, honey. Okay,
Well, I
because
will say
I
Snoop.
didn't go.
I don't know what happened to
Yeah.
Snoop. Snoop has become kind of a
Oh,
troll, and I feel like
yeah.
Snoop will get into a
Oh,
storyline
shit.
and troll the people in it. And but yeah,
Yeah.
but Snoop can be commentary just like anybody else. But I really don't take it
Anybody can
personal.
be. Yeah.
Snoop is Snoop. I don't feel like
And I
it's
like messing with
even
Snoop. I'm really messing
important
with Snoop.
enough
I know
to
Snoop ain't. Yeah.
address because yeah, Snoop will be, and
Yeah.
then you'll be on the link, and then Snoop, you'll be talking about somebody, and then she'll be in there chiming in, dragging or trolling whoever you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
just
But I
think
know
that's
she was being
she's
funny.
trying
That's
to get a
why. Yeah.
reaction, yeah, a reactionary, which
Yeah.
I don't. As long as
Yeah.
she's
It's
not
funny.
gonna. I don't. Did she disrespect you, like call you out, or
I
just
know
be
she just
funny?
no, no, no. She just was saying she's like all I hear is breath or something. She was saying because I was on one of my tablets and she was
Oh,
saying it
oh
like the
yeah, yeah.
sound was
Oh, I
messed
think I
up.
remember that.
But like
Yeah, I
Lemon was,
don't
but see,
really
my
take
thing with
Snoop
Lemon is
serious.
like he like, oh fuck her up. Like, excuse me,
Oh,
Eagles, I'm sorry. Encourage it. But then you saying encourage it, but then when somebody drags you, you want to get upset. I don't get
Oh,
it.
and when I told Envy to do the same
Everybody can
thing,
be a
I told
drag.
Lemon to do. I mean, I told
Uh,
Envy to do the same thing to mess him up.
why? What is with him and
Then
Envy though? This is what I don't get because
why
Envy
is there a
had his
problem if
back.
I'm telling that to Envy? Why is there a problem when I'm telling Envy? Don't take that disrespect and cuss his ass out. Then I'm scorn. No, but he's over here always trying to instigate fights between women. He wanted just Krista and who else? The Queen Before You reacts. He's like, the Queen Before You, mess her up, mess her up. What kind of
Oh
stupid
my god!
gossiping woman shit is that? You want women, and you know
Oh,
what?
wait, what?
They didn't even fight for him.
Oh
He
my
wanted
god!
to make it seem like they were fighting for him. And actually, the Queen Before You and just Krista pieced it up. They didn't have any beef, but he was like telling the Queen,
He was
he's
trying to
telling
make
Krista,
beef, and then he
yeah,
gets mad when
right.
he
Oh
turns
my
the
God,
table turns. That's crazy.
period.
Like I'm like, okay, first of all, why is Rebel Son on this list? Why is Jay Wilson on this list? Why is
mm,
all these people on this list? It's like it Dimple. Well, Dimples I can understand because Dimples do child. Dimples
It's
is the hot
thirsty for
mess.
content.
But
He's just thirsty for
yeah,
content and trying to find the
yeah, Dimples.
storyline and make the, and that's not how the beef
Uh-huh.
sector works. Like if you have is he if
Yeah.
anybody hasn't learned by now, the beef sector how it used to be, it runs organically. Like if there's a problem
Thank
that
you.
pops up, that's what you talk about. But you don't make problems. You don't instigate problems.
Yeah.
Then you're looking like you're looking thirsty and desperate for content. And that's why the beef sector is like, no, we don't go with that because
Yeah, and that's the difference with the
you know
2.0s and
it
the
happens
OGs,
by
like
itself.
3T, Rick Reed and yeah, Rita and Reed and all of them, and Lady Nika, they and Kwani and them, they don't need to eh, uh um they don't need to engage like to make up something. If it's gonna be beef, it's problems. And this beef and it's just going back and forth. But see, once it gets past and it gets to the courthouse and it gets to the jail and I want to put you in jail. Like when it gets to all that, that's when it becomes it's not beef sector anymore. That's when
Right.
it's real life and it's stupid. That's when it's time to get out of it. Like Liz trying to put us in jail.
Mm.
Eagles going to jail. I'm going to, I guess Sour Patch going to jail. We all going to jail because we talk about you. You're a troll. We don't care about you. You're a nobody. One Love going to jail. How can anybody go to jail? If anybody's going to jail, it's you, Danielle, Yolanda, Chandel, and the rest of you freaks over there. Even them old ones that's sitting there condoning this woman beater. And like I said, you beat up Whitney Houston. You put all those gashes in her face and her chest. Leola is
Oh,
not lying. So if you want to see somebody, go see Leola. Yes, Eagles. I'm gonna get into it on my channel because see, I don't want your channel to get, they'll try to touch your
Yeah.
channel. I don't care about mine because all I get is a warning. I don't give a shit. But I'm gonna get it.
oh, you
So let
know
me
what?
end this. I'm gonna drop down. So let me go live. Eagles, I love you. Thank you, Style
Before,
Patch, for coming up. Thank you,
Okay,
One Love.
Sparkles.
JP.
before you
Yeah,
go,
shout out to you. Go ahead.
before you go, after you done shouting out the people and acknowledging the people in the
Uh-huh.
chat, before you go, your
Uh,
final thoughts about
okay.
Whitney.
Um, I just love my girl. I was glad I got to hold her, dance with her, see the life that she had, and the love that she, and the impression that she still leaves on the world. Like I said, that Star Spangled Banner, nobody can top that. Nobody will ever top that. And
Mhm.
somebody that came close, I think it was Christina Aguilera, but somebody that came close, but you will never, and I'm not being funny, y'all will never top Whitney. Whitney is the all time. I think she's still number one for that. And I mean,
Mhm.
it is what it is. She's a
Oh,
one of
I
a kind.
believe
She's the
so.
voice. Yeah, she's the voice of generations, not a generation. She's the voice of the She's the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s generation. For the ones that know, because the 90s really wasn't, they was there, but they wasn't there. No shade, y'all. Generation, I think is X or something like that. Z. I don't know. Bob, but I'm not trying to be funny. But yeah, because I want Sour Patch to get into it because I want to know why Jordan has this thing for Sour Patch. But Whitney, we love you. Danielle, you're going to jail. Liz, you're going to jail. Boogeyman, you're going to jail because y'all make up fake stuff. And I know y'all was behind the scenes doing stuff. It is what it is. Danielle, you beat that lady up. You know you did it. Stop lying. You did it. And that's why you struck Michael's video because it was what it was. And it is what it is. Okay, you want clout just that bad. You want Ray J's attention when he wants clout. So how the hell a clout chaser gonna chase off a clout chaser? What the hell is going on around here? But anyway, we love you, Nippy. Stay amazing, stay blessed. Okay? Period. I love y'all. Thank you, Eagles Daddy Regals.
Really,
Hit that
Sparkles.
clapping emoji. Thank you, Sour Patch. Love y'all. Later.
Bye.
Bless you. Thank you. You have you have any final word? Thank you. First of all,
um.
thank you for coming up. Um,
Oh yeah, no problem. I want to say that one of my all-time favorite movies is and was and still is The Bodyguard. Um,
yeah,
I just fell in love with that movie. It had love, it had action, it had just everything, and she just
that's
did her big one. And I just love the romance and just her feeling vulnerable. I just, I
yeah.
think that's what all of us go through at some point, and it was just all in
Hmm.
there. It was. and then it had like, oh my gosh, it had the whole shock factor of the sister, and I love
Yeah,
that movie. I love
I
it.
did not see that coming when I first saw that. The bodyguard, that her sister
Right,
had did all of this. And it was because of jealousy.
right,
She felt
yes,
like Rachel had been stealing and taking everything from her. And so she did this out of jealousy and envy. And when she decided to try to call it off, it was too late
it's
because the
crazy.
contract
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
that no matter what happens, the job has still got to be done, which was sad.
Yes, it is crazy how jealousy can move you to that mindset, and money, and where you're
Mhm.
able to even consider, think, just even have a thought in your mind, and then she's like, I was stoned. No, it doesn't matter, you had it in your head. And I don't get it, because they were rich. She was, Whitney shared in the movie her wealth with her sister.
Yeah,
She had
yeah,
her nice place, and the sister just couldn't find a gig. I guess she was trying to be in the entertainment industry, but
yeah.
like, you don't see your sister is there for you, is watching out for you, is taking care of you, and then out of just spite and jealousy, you're gonna take. And I know this is a movie, but it's just the principle. It happens
But
in
it
real
was good.
life. In real
Mhm.
life, people do that. It's like you're gonna take a child's mother, you're gonna take a family of sisters and away forever, just so you can feel like accomplished. In what way does she think that by hurting and illing her sister would make her top dog? Like, are people gonna start wanting to see her perform? I don't think so. Like, that was not
Right.
even a realistic thought. Was she gonna be happy to see her 6 feet under, and then she's gonna be
Then,
broke, no money? I
yeah,
mean, it was just, the movie also relates to a lot of. I love to watch the crime community. I love to watch the investigations, and a lot of the investigations, I am just shocked that it's real life. How
yeah,
family, sisters, brothers, parents, children will want to get rid of family for money, for the
yeah.
will, for that. I'm just like, what did you think, you were going to get millions, and was that going to help you sleep at night in your nice beautiful bed and house? If you get away with, they never get away with it. For one, they always
That's
get caught. But for two, if there was any chance that they could have gotten away with it, that is not going to help your mind, and your guilt. Like, you're gonna live happy, free, with money, but you're gonna live with that the rest of your life, not knowing that any day the cops will bang down your door and get you
that's
for murder. It's crazy.
it is. It is absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like it. But then again, usually what we see in the movies and on television with these crimes, it's just a mirroring of reality. And it's sad that people will go to the extreme to even betray and take our loved one over money. Who does it? That's
Yes.
a
Did you
whole
see?
nother.
There's a story that I was following, because every week I get into a whole new investigation, a whole new story, and
Mm,
these kind of just end up in my lap, because when you watch an investigation, you really don't know. I try not to read the synopsis, and I try to, like,
right.
just to get shocked along with the whole storyline. And that
Yeah.
one lady about, did you hear about her, Corey Richards, who wrote a child's book? Well, her husband passed away, right? He
Hmm.
was found in the. She found him in the home. She called 911. He was cold. He was dead. Then she wrote a child's book, helping the children, her children, of course, especially, cope with the loss of a parent, of the father. And then she
Hmm.
realized that the book got famous because a lot of people. There weren't a lot of books out there for children to be able to empathize and really get to their level, for mourning with the parent.
Right.
So she became famous. She started coming on talk shows promoting her book, and it said, like, "Dad, I'm still here," something like that. And in the
Hmm.
book, There's pictures of like the father saying, telling the child, I wasn't there for your home run today
Oh,
physically, but I was there every step of the way watching you, and I gave a big hug from the clouds, like trying to make the child feel better. And then
right.
it turns out that she, what, and they were rich. Okay, both of them were rich.
Hmm.
They did land flipping, house flipping, and whatnot. And then it just turned out that the lady had a housekeeper who was not, she had a record and she was known for being shady and rugs and doing things.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
yeah, and she bought some, the fent, you know what I mean? She bought some
Hmm.
fent off of that lady, and she poisoned her husband.
Uh-uh.
Yes, yes. And the husband had been suspicious. He had already text because the lady, even though he didn't know at the time, she was having an affair with another man. And the he would tell the parent, the family, he would, one day he got really sick after eating a club sandwich that she
Hmm.
had bought for him at a restaurant. And he sent to the sister and says, oh, she didn't do it this time, because he got very sick. He almost, passed away. And
Wow.
the husband was a great husband, as far as
Mhm.
he didn't have any beatings or anything to say, well, he was abusive. And yeah, sure enough, she called 911. She did all this whole acting, oh, I don't know what happened. And
Oh
then
wow.
they saw she had they looked at her phone logs, saw that she had hundreds of calls to that maid, the one that was cleaning the houses, that she got the,
Really?
yeah. And they interviewed the maid and said, yes, she asked me twice. So she said that the first time when she asked the lady gave her some fent the time that he
Uh-huh.
got very sick. And then the maid said that she came back to her and said, I need something stronger.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
she already almost, murdered him the first time, and that wasn't enough to scare the crap out of her and say, what am I doing? No, she went back to the maid and said, I need something stronger than that. So the maid got her something stronger, and that's what ended up ultimately ending his life. And then the lover came out. And he's like, I had no idea she was going to do this. We never had any conversations. I was I did mess around with her. I knew she was married, but in my mind, and they don't have anything on him. They don't have any evidence of texts of them talking about it. So I
Mhm.
think she in her mind thought she was going to get, but she would say in text messages like, oh, if only he wasn't around, we could be happy and in love, and we would be good. So she did it for the money, because she thought when he died, passed away, he had, oh, she also got life insurance without telling him, without him knowing. So they got her on that charge.
Mhm.
Like, you
Wow.
think you're going to get away with it? You get life insurance on your spouse and they not sign one signature of that life insurance, and you think you're going to do them away and nobody's going to be suspicious?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
Corey Richards. It's a real true story. She, I think Netflix made a special on her as well.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Just diabolical. I'm just like, I can't believe this is real. And she thought she was going to get the money, be with the lover, and the guy was going to be gone. Like, you took your a father from their children. I mean, just the same money. I know it's the root of all evil. I get that, and it
Mhm.
is. But at the same time, it's up to you to know how evil you're going to allow it to be. And people that just think that that's going to be the solution to their problems, it's sick. And hurting somebody that they once loved. Even if you don't love them, just divorce them. I mean, what's so hard about that? Just leave him and go
Right.
about it. So you might not be rich at the end of the day. Maybe he might, because the property was under his name and she was fighting to get the house, and the family was like, you are not getting this house, you are crazy. Well, she ended up getting the big house for life. But
Right.
she tried to get away with it. And it was a true story. Like, so that movie, my kind of going back to the goalposts, the movie wasn't too far off from real life, what people really do. Hello, Widowmakers.
Hey, what's up? How are you, Sour Patch?
I'm doing great, great, thank you. How are you?
Relaxing, listening in.
Okay.
Great, great. Hey, Widowmaker.
Well, hello there.
Hello. What do you have? What are your thoughts?
Whitney Houston was one of my favorite artists. I really loved uh I Will Always Love You.
Hmm.
Um I also loved her song that she did with Mariah Carey. If y'all saw the
I
cartoon,
believe.
The Prince of Egypt, the one about the Book of Exodus, I believe that was called I Believe, I think. The one she did with
Yes,
Mariah
yes,
Carey. Yeah, that's one of my
yes.
favorites too. She had an incredible voice. She really did. Um she was a
Absolutely.
she was a beautiful soul inside and out. And I just hate how the way, people always talk about her, her drug habits, whatever. She was still a beautiful soul. She had a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful voice, and there will
Yeah.
never, ever, ever be another Whitney Houston. There's only one. She
That's
can't be imitated and she can't be duplicated because there's only one.
that's that's it.
And I always
Do you have
wanted
a favorite movie?
you her a
Go
movie.
ahead.
I always wanted to see her and Aretha Franklin do a song together. I don't know if they ever did or not. If they did, I would like to
I don't.
know. But
No, I
my
don't think so.
favorite my favorite Whitney Houston movie would be Waiting to wasn't she in Waiting to Exhale?
Oh yes, I
Yeah,
didn't even think of that. I
yes,
love
yeah.
that movie. That's
Yeah,
another one I could see over and
that's
over.
one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. See, I was born in the 70s and I came up, but in the 90s I was in my early 20s and Waiting to Exhale was one of those favorite movies of mine with her in it. And then she also did one in 2008. It was the last one she did.
Hmm.
Um, I can't remember the name of that one, but I like the one with her and Denzel. I
The
think that
Preacher's
was
Wife.
yeah, the preacher's wife. And then of
Yeah,
course the bodyguard with my boy Kevin Costner. He's one of
Yes,
my
the
favorite
bodyguard.
actors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a good one. They were talking about remaking that. I'm like, no, leave that alone. That's a
Yeah, no,
classic.
yeah, they cannot touch. Do not touch it,
No,
please.
they these producers these days they can't imagine nothing. They just got to recreate. No, leave the classics alone and just
That's
come up with something new. But I loved her voice. She had a incredible voice, incredible talent.
yeah.
Gone too soon, and it was sad when her daughter left here too. Gone
And
too
in the
soon.
same way.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's no coincidence. That
Heartbreak.
it's no coincidence that her daughter died the same way. That was
I know. And they need to investigate that. They really do. It was probably an Illuminati sacrifice. You know how
Yes.
mhm.
Hollywood is. I call it Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's
Uh-huh.
just
Yeah,
what it is.
Hollyweird. Hollyweird. That's
yeah, but
and then
yeah,
the man that found the daughter, which was the boyfriend, that was in all the
Yeah.
craziness, he also passed away too. So that's
Oh,
suspicious.
did he?
wow,
Yes, he died. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because he was the main suspect in
Right.
Bobby
Mm-hmm.
Stinger's death. So he passed.
Yes, he passed away. Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
hell y'all preach today? All right then. I
my
tell.
my my my. But she was a beautiful soul, and may she forever rest in peace. And I'm pretty sure she gained her angel wings. She was a beautiful soul. There would never be another.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, his
Oh,
name was Nick Gordon.
yes,
That
Nick.
yeah, Nick. Mm-hmm.
I did not know that he had passed. That's
Yeah, I
great.
still love to see the Oxygen, like the channel, where they have, where they do the whole recap and the mysteries and things like that.
Hmm.
I still like, even though we already know what happened, but I just like to go back because sometimes I could have missed a good, just something, just a good, I guess like an update, like, oh, I didn't know about
Right.
this as well, just to kind of put piece everything together. And I'll go
Yeah.
watch, sometimes I'll go rewatch it and just see the whole story, which is just sad. But yes, Whitney, there will never be another Whitney. She was the best. And like they say, sometimes the good just die young. It's crazy. But yes. She will always be in our hearts. She was with me growing up, even though she didn't know. With her music, it touched my heart. It helped me get over some things, and it just yeah, she had real music, real talent. It wasn't, and I'm not trying to shade anybody, not that my opinion matters in the real world, but she wasn't out here just showing her body, shaking her butt. Oh yeah, let's.
Yeah,
She was about real
that's right.
raw emotion, about feeling vulnerable, about mistakes, about
Absolutely. You better
loss,
say it.
pain. I mean, she was just like, let's go, let's get into the real, life and
You
our
better say it. You better
serious.
say it.
Yeah, that's
And
real.
can't nobody do the national anthem like she did too. Can't
Oh,
nobody
I
top her.
get goosebumps every time I've heard it. I get goosebumps. Oh, look at her. She is just a beautiful woman. Always
That's
kept herself. And
And if
I
I'm not
she didn't
mistaken,
really
wasn't
talk
didn't
about
she
her weight,
hold the
but
didn't she hold the torch at the Olympics? Wasn't she part of the Olympics in the 90s?
I think so. I think she did. Yes. She was just
uh
amazing.
I believe she did.
Yeah,
I believe she did.
nobody can sing that national anthem the way she did. She put her whole
I'm
heart and
thinking,
soul into that.
Oh, I love that. Her hair. And she did the signature hair. Remember in the 90s, even me, I got a bob. That's where the bobs came from. I remember I was telling my mom, I want to get a perm
yes,
and I want to
yes.
get a bob. I want it long in the front and short in the back. And I did. I rocked it and I felt like, oh, how well I know if he really loves me. I always,
Oh,
I'll put the music and feel like, yes, like, I am Whitney. Okay. I got her energy.
I know that's right. I know that's right. She made you feel that way, which was
Yes.
Didn't
very
she make a
special.
song called I Am Every Woman?
Yep,
Yeah,
everyone. I'm
yeah.
telling
She
you.
actually redid. She actually redid that song. It was Shaka Khan's. Shaka Khan did it first, and then she redid it for not the bodyguard. Yeah, I think it was the bodyguard that she redid that song. I'm every
Oh,
woman,
and
and
the
that's the thing.
greatest love of all, the greatest love with the children, like not giving up on the
Yeah,
future and saving all my love. Oh, I know when we heard saving all my love, we had that person in our mind. It's like nobody knew, and you had this crush, and you were just
yes,
all at once. I'm looking up her songs, and I'm like, yep, every single song brings back that emotion. And when you felt down and out, then she would then you would hear that song that the Widowmakers just said. What song did you just say right now?
hmm
I am every
That's it.
woman.
That will
I'm
pump
every
you up
woman.
after you cried your tears, and you let your sorrows out your heart, and then you're like, I'm everyone. Then it's like, okay, we're over the sadness, we're over the crying, the heartbreak. Now we are going to get confident again, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to strut. It's a new day. And she just covered any kind of emotion that you could have. I just loved Whitney Houston. I really did.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad I caught this today with you guys because I'm a Gen Xer. So, Whitney was my time growing up. Like, shoot, that's why I wanted to do my hair like my makeup. I loved her. Just like I loved my Selena. Growing up with Selena was around the same time. Those are my
Mhm.
girls. Those are my go-to girls that anytime I needed a friend, I would play them, cry, laugh, and then say, it's a new day. Let's get up, ladies. Come on.
Yes, yes. Okay.
I loved it. But thank you for having me, Eagles. I don't know if you were going to
Well,
close before I came up here, but thank you. And I know you've
you're
been on for a
welcome.
while, but next time if I can catch you, because I had fallen asleep and then I woke up, I was like, wait, I saw Sparkles tag me, and I was like, let me run over there to Eagles. What are they talking about? So I appreciate you going a little bit extra on your show and stuff, and I'll be looking out for Sparkles to go
Oh, no
live. But thank
problem.
you for having me. I love chopping
You're
it up with you
welcome.
guys.
Take care, Sour
Bless
Patch.
you. Bless
Troublemakers,
you.
you too. You guys have a great one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right, you too. All right. You have any final thoughts? Because my premiere is starting now.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No, actually, I do. I hope they do a movie about her life, but I hope they do it right. I hope they
They've
do.
done many they've done
To
many
what?
document they've done many documentaries on her life. Document movies on her life, but uh, they just they'll do, but they didn't do it fully and justice. So I pray that somebody will um, grab a hold of the idea again and make
I
another
hope
one.
so. I hope
That's
so
what
too,
it
because that Michael Jackson movie was pretty good. They did that one some
yes.
justice, but I hope they
Hmm.
do one of Whitney Houston, and I really hope they do it some justice. They find the right producer, the right
Right.
actress, and they do it justice. She deserves a really good biopic movie that does her and her daughter justice.
That's right. That's right. I agree. So we'll see if that happens. Hopefully it will, and prayerfully it will, where her story can really be told, even at a greater level and depth in life. So yeah, I'm hoping for that as well. So yeah. So anything else before I move over to shut this down so I can move over to my to the premiere of
No,
remember.
I'm good.
All right.
Are
Then
you doing
thank
are
you.
you doing another show, or is it the premiere of the live you just did?
It's the premiere of it's the original video of me remembering and honoring and celebrating Whitney Houston's life. So there it's a premiere, and you'll hear my thoughts, and then you'll see me go into her legacy of life and share the things that she's done, and hopefully the information that I've found and gathered will be information that it would be something in there that some folks did not know about her that they will find out, or just that they knew it and appreciated it. So that's what it's that's what the premiere is about. This was just a pre-live to kind of introduce that video tonight. So yeah,
Okay, well I will check that out then.
yeah, it's starting now.
All right, I'm gonna drop down. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, peace.
All right, all right, all right. It has been an absolutely great live. Uh, I want to thank everybody that was here, that showed up. I really appreciate all of you that came. I'm trying to get up to see who all was here. Okay, Sparkle, thank you for coming. One Love, JP, Forever Chosen, um, Freedom, Freed 777M, thank you for coming. Let's see. Forever, I said Forever Chosen, thank you. And Sour Patch. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you all and my guests. Let's see. So it says, I hope they do and get someone who favors her and knows how to act. I know that's right. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston, forever in our hearts. Absolutely. Okay, we're getting ready to end this because my premiere of remembering and honoring and celebrating Whitney is starting now. Uh, right now, it's probably in the middle, in the midst of my intro that's playing. Thank you all. If you think this was something, uh, keep tuning in because on next week, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a live or not, but I know I'm gonna do the pre-recorded on my next favorite singer, who will be Luther Vandross. So tune in next week for me remembering and honoring and celebrating Luther Vandross. I had to do it in two parts. I found so much out about him that I had to do the video in two parts. But if you stay here, go right on over, you can catch the premiere of that video with Whitney. Thank you all so much. This is the Eagles on this is Eagles Nest podcast. And I want to thank everybody. If you will, like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagles on High Channel 1, Eagles on High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community, Royal Priesthood. I have a lot more content coming out. Thank you all for being so patient. My allergies and things have been acting up, but there's so much more content coming. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your thoughts on Whitney, your favorite songs, if you will. If you did not do it yet, if you can go down, drop down to the comment section and drop your favorite Whitney Houston song in it, I'll appreciate it. All right, I'm done. I need to rest my voice a little bit. Thank you all so much. This has been great. And until the next time, stay blessed and safe and in the Master's arms. God bless you all. Thank you to all of my guests that came up and everyone that was in the chat and everyone that was in the bushes and the clouds. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Good night for now. I'll probably catch you over at the premiere of that video. Good night.